Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to a special edition of Sipping Off the Cuff. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there, that stranger out there is
Yeah. Jim Johnston in Youngstown, Ohio.
Jim. It's been a long time, man.
It's been quite some time. We've been
It's,
busy doing other things.
yeah,
Let's
we've
be
been busy
fair.
reconstructing the company, and Jim is not only one of our senior tasters, but now he's our editor-in-chief of Tequila Aficionado magazine. He is also our managing partner at Tequila Aficionado Media. He is the face of Tequila Aficionado in Ohio, folks, a control state, which is really interesting because we've got a tequila nobody's ever seen before, and I mean uh,
I've been looking at it for a
I had
while.
I had so much leakage, when it was delivered to me. Yeah, I'm just
It's
kidding.
almost like we planned this, but here's what happens in my household when you put a bottle out and you leave it for display is that the holidays come around and you have Super Bowl parties and you watch the first Browns playoff game in my
and they
lifetime.
and then they
And people
lose.
come over and they like to help themselves to tequila. And if you're not very explicit about what they can and can't have, you have to look at the bottle and say, I didn't taste that yet. Don't drink it anymore.
It's yeah,
So,
they had to break the seal on this because
yeah,
we keep them sealed up, in most cases. I would say
yes,
about 95% of the time you see us tearing the cellophane off
yes.
right in front. But last year was a year of reconstruction for us, and so
Well,
yeah,
and
uh,
right. And
obviously.
I can't keep an eye on every person that walks into this house and thinks there's got to be some good tequila in there because they know there is. And most people know it's a rule. If it's open, it's fair game. If it's not open, don't touch it. And we had some newbies who
Newbies.
discovered what they said was all right. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, well,
Because
now for those of you who don't know, Ohio is a control state. That means that all the liquor that comes in to the state of Ohio has to go through the state of Ohio. They actually run the liquor stores in Ohio. I know it's archaic, and I know it sounds weird for those of you watching in Texas and California and all the other states that aren't controlled. But this is what we have to work with. And luckily, we're able to get stuff that this isn't even available in California, to my knowledge. And we check their Instagram. They have beautiful Instagram, but it's all in Spanish. So we're just going to pour the juice into our Stasso Jarritos. At least I am. And Jim, I hopefully we'll be able to salvage the last of what's in these bottles. But oh my God. Whoa. And I haven't had any of this in a long time. And to be fair, I had it to enjoy. I don't even use these glasses unless I want to really dissect it. So
Uh, well, and I will tell you, I think I may have been served this accidentally when somebody poured what I thought was open, allowable, everyday tequila. And to be honest, we were celebrating. The Browns had clinched a playoff berth for the first time since I was 6 years old. A
oh,
legit, not, made the playoffs. We had a game that we didn't have to worry about. That's rare for me. So we celebrated, and I said, let's celebrate with a little tequila. And I wasn't the one that was pouring it because I was also handling all manner of nachos and football food. And I tasted it and I said, I've never had this before. That makes me think you just opened it. So I'm not going to taste any
that's
more of it.
that's how good his
Don't touch
palate
it.
is. That's how good his palate is, or that's how poor the
Well,
selections I are,
I
I
know
guess.
what my house pour tastes like. And when I tasted this, I was like, that's not it. So hold off.
Well,
So
I had to go look for the extra bottle because I'd forgotten there was a reposado in this line. There are four of them that we're going to dissect today, and just popping this cork out is just amazing. The nose on this. Oh my
this is
gosh.
really bright and clean. It's very a fresh citrus agave. It's a very just kind of a bright nose.
Very bright. It's very pleasant. It just comes up to greet you and
Yeah.
leads me to believe this could be a Highlands tequila, which I'm hoping it is. I haven't even had a chance to check out their Instagram as to where the distillery is located, and we'll give you all the ins and outs as soon as we go through some of this. But yeah, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
There's I want to call it a hint of smoke, but it's not smoke. It's like salty baked agave. It's a little saline, a little citrus. It's bright.
And there's generous alcohol in the center too.
Yeah,
Even all the way
yeah.
down at the, we've been through most of this bottle, uh, both Jim and I, and the aroma has held up
Well,
quite
not me.
nice.
Some other. I wish it was me. I wish I got through most of this bottle. Smelling this, I wish I got to taste most of this bottle. Now I'm gonna
I
have to go find more.
well, maybe we can make that happen with Hacienda Navarro because I have a feeling just on aroma alone we're gonna fall in love with this.
Yeah, this is pretty. Ooh,
It's
wow.
beautifully done. And by the way, Legs and Tears, gorgeous. And there's a lingering bubble. There's lingering bubbles on this thing. And you know how much I love bubbles, man. Oh, look at the Legs and Tears on that. This mouthfeel is going to be outstanding. Wow.
What I thought was smoke is actually a little bit, just a touch of menthol from the alcohol and that citrus kind of hitting at the same time. And I do get just a hint of salinity, like fresh seawater smell of,
Could be the minerality, could be the
and
water
that's
that
what
they're
I think it
using.
probably
Yeah,
is. But
yeah.
all right, well,
Well, shall we dive in? I'm anxious now at this point.
might as well.
It'll be a long afternoon for me, so I've got to use my spit bucket because the spit bucket is my friend. Now that was my first pass, and to be fair, before I came online with you, Jim, I always cleanse my palate, and so it usually that first pass I try not to make a determination. But what are you getting on that first one? I got all kinds of pepperiness and what I expect from a
Yeah,
Blanco.
yeah. It's again, it's bright on the palate as well, but it's got some pepper. It's got very nice. It kind of walks a line between fresh agave and cooked agave. It's got a little bit of vegetal and a little bit of cooked agave in it, and then it's got a little bit of sweetness, like a floral sweetness, and nice long finish. I know you. I that was a nice long
Right.
finish.
I'm going to go through my second pass because um, for those of you who are wondering, how does a guy cleanse his palate? I use vodka, and that is a recommended neutral grain spirit from the Mexican Tequila Academy, which is what we use as our guidelines for the Consumer Catador course, which we'll be reworking shortly. And so that's my rule. And usually, there's still, even though I cleanse also with water, there's usually some remnants of whatever was in the vodka, which is nothing. It's just nothing in the vodka. But now that the palate is warmed up, I'm going to try it again. Mm. Mm.
Mm. That that's got a very clean profile to it. It's very the pepper and the agave are there up front. The pepper's a little bit more intense right mid palate, but that sweetness starts to come in to offset it a little bit.
Yeah,
And
there's a sweetness that starts to appear right at the rear of the palate. It
right,
comes in right
usually I get that
after.
up front. This kind of hangs on, and it comes in with the pepper in the back. It's nice,
And you're right. The finish, nothing wrong with that, man. It
nice and
goes,
long.
yeah, yeah. It's a nice, long, warm fuzzy. Oh my gosh. This is an outstanding tequila. Let me, you know what?
And honestly, for as good as this is, and as well made as this probably is, once we find out the process behind it, this is not an entry level tequila, but this would be palatable to someone who's really trying to get into sipping a Blanco for the first time. It's not terribly hard hitting, but it's got nice depth to it. It's got the fact that the sweetness is more on the back takes away what most people associate that bite to be.
Mhm.
The pepper is there, but it's got that little bit of floral citrus sweetness on the back that makes this very easy to. Everything past here is what gets people on tequila. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do it.
but it doesn't
There,
do that. It turns into the
no,
sweetness.
no,
I
not
was
at
really
all.
surprised. It just went sweet, and you know it could be too. We'll have to find out what we had known nothing about this tequila. It's Hacienda Navarro. They did not send us any POS. The
1502.
the former importer never sent us any information on it. Um, and yeah, he's the former importer a year later because we
A lot can
received this
happen in a
almost a year
year.
ago, and this is
A lot
delightful.
has happened in a year, but a
Yeah,
lot,
you know, a lot has happened for us at Tequila Aficionado. It's now Tequila Aficionado Media LLC in the great state of Ohio, which
And by
I
the time you watch this, you will be seeing a brand new website. You're probably going to have the first print edition of the magazine on its way to your house. So look for lots of big, bold changes
yeah,
coming soon.
and a great contest if you want to go to Cabo San Lucas. How's that, folks?
Hopefully, we don't release this after we've already sent the people that won.
Oh,
We'll
oh,
see
that's
what
not.
happens.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Forget everything I said. Okay, just
If you're already there, tag this video in your
tag this.
pictures
Yeah,
of your
tag this
trip.
video, or I'm gonna do the Men in Black thing. I'm just gonna shine a big light, and you're just gonna forget that it ever happened. Uh,
I
I'm
really
gonna.
like this.
I do too, and you know what? I'm gonna say Brand of Promise nominee. There we
I
go.
agree.
Uh,
And a very approachable Blanco that doesn't lack depth or complexity because I know we get a lot of stuff where we're blown away. And then you think somebody who's not, their palate isn't for this kind of thing. This is this is entry level in the best way possible. It is entry level for palates that aren't used to Blancos and sipping them, but it is by no means entry level in terms of its taste and its complexity and its character. I like the fact that its finish is a little sweeter with the pepper and the long finish, but it's smooth. It's it's warm, but it's not a burn. Not going to turn anybody off.
mm-mm.
And I really just like the fact that everything about this is a very simple agave expression.
Well, you know what I think too is that because of the way, you know, it's funny. I'm not getting the intense gum numbness that I look for, and that's okay because
Right.
I do look for it. But it's got a great mouthfeel. It's very substantial on the palate, and that's where all the
Yeah.
magic happens. You
And where
notice,
that numbness usually exists when you have that alcohol sitting there, that flavor kind of lingers. That little bit of pepper, that little bit of agave, and that little bit of sweetness kind of blend together. It's just pleasant. That's the best way to describe it. It's very pleasant.
I think that it would hold up in a great cocktail like a Paloma or a ranch water for that matter. I think it's got enough character and depth to hold up to, you know,
Yeah,
a little ice and
absolutely.
some salt. Let me see. Let's get you the information on this. And again, we got no information other than what we have on the label. It's Hacienda Navarro. Check it out. This is the if you see the if you're anywhere like in other parts of the U.S. where this may be available, and
And we don't know where it's distributed. We don't know. I know not here, but
no,
I'm
yeah,
like you said, you're not even sure if it's in California.
no. Carrion Enterprises, as I think not sure if that's the company or the importer. It's 1502, the distillery, which is uh, Auténtica Tequilera, and that's it. That's all
That's
I got.
it.
I don't know. I know nothing other than that. I think I think it's simple and well done. It does have the name
Yeah.
of the it does have the signature of the master distiller who I don't know. I can't read the handwriting, so I'm not sure who that could be. Um, now the Instagram, and while we're talking about it, let's see if we can get you any more information. The Instagram is beautiful pictures, but it's in Spanish. So for those of you who are Hispanically impaired, I will try to. Now it says here, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but in 2023 they won a USA Spirits rating. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not on my camera, but but they won a gold medal at USA Spirits rating. That's another. So they're entering USA tastings,
Yeah.
but
I mean, obviously they're if they're not distributing here, they're planning on it because they're entering USA tastings. But
yeah, and I just went to USA Tastings and I'm going to start to follow them because I've never heard of them before. I've heard of others, but
there
uh,
is another .com on the back of the bottle at the very bottom here, and it does not say Navarro, but it might have. I don't know. This looks like this Carry On Enterprise is the importer, but we had no POS material. We got 4 bottles. They showed up. That was it.
yeah, and they won a gold medal apparently in the last time for 2023. So good for them. And they give us a little bit of information. Let me see. The Blanco says de color luminoso, plata brillante y aroma a agave cocido con notas agradables de vainilla. I didn't get any vanilla. There's not, there's, it's incorrect as far as I'm concerned. I think even the Mexican palate's not as well versed as it should be. Um, because it does say it's luminous, it's brilliant, good, it's beautiful to look at, nice legs and tears. Um, and it is agreeable. It is a very as you said, it's approachable.
Yeah.
So that's all we got. It's a Brand of Promise nominee in the Blanco category. You know what? I'm going to go with that. So
And now I can drink the rest of it.
yes, and now we can. Now I don't have to. I can drink it out of my spit bucket, folks. That's our take on Hacienda Navarro. Now, if you've had it, please let us know. First of all, if you
Yeah.
like this,
Let us know where you can find it.
yeah, please, because now we gotta really get another but like you said, we have to get another bottle, and especially this Blanco because I'm a big Blanco guy anyway. But anyway, if you've had it, let us know. Leave us a comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't forget to share it because it does put it out on the YouTube universe. Okay, the multiverse of YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to us. You can follow us on our Instagram. You can follow Jim. Jim, what's your Instagram handle in case people want to follow you?
1984, the number 9, teen spelled out 8-4, like the novel.
Yeah, like the novel
And
1984. Well, the
yeah,
novel was it 1983? I don't know.
yeah, no, well,
That
the
was something
novel in the
else.
year the novel in the year I was born. So
Ah, okay. Okay. And folks, if you've had it, leave us a comment. Whatever you do, I'm just going to say it right here and hopefully Jim remembers the tagline, Tomar sabiamente.
sip wisely.